Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the Demolition League. Got a little bit out of order. That's what happens when you take a few days off. You get a little unorganized. At least I did. And I had already played this game between the Yankees and the Dodgers. I just didn't put it in the computer. That's why the computer didn't show it. But I did play this game, game 36. Um, I'm not sure what night I played it, but Paxton against Heel, and the Yankees got four in the ninth, almost came back to beat the Dodgers. But Mookie Betts was injured, so he's out the rest of the series, and Canely is going to miss the next four games. So I didn't realize that I already played this uh, because I didn't put it in the thing. So since I've already got this game lined up, I'm just going to play this a little bit out of order. We're going to play this as game 38, even though it really should be like game 41. So I just have two games for the Yankees and Dodgers to enter. After this one, it's going to be two games I got to put in. But I went through this trouble of doing all the sheet and had it all lined up and got the teams all lined up, so I didn't really want to reboot. But that's what happened here. I forgot to put this in the computer, and that's why I was wondering why it only showed James Paxton with one game pitched and why it only showed Heel with one game pitched, because I didn't put it in the computer like I should have. So a little bit out of order, but that's okay. It's still in the same series, and we're not changing series or anything. It's just a little bit out of order of the way it's being brought out. So we're going to play the Dodgers and the Yankees. This will be the second of their three-game series, while other teams still haven't played the first of the three-game series. Like I said, just got a little bit out of whack. So hopefully you can bear with me on that, and we will drive on and hopefully get back into the swing of things in the future. All right, so had been going with four-man rotations, decided to, because all the pitchers are showing as tired. So I went ahead and brought up another new set of pitchers. Walker Buehler is going to start for the Dodgers, and Garrett Cole will start for the Yankees. Pretty good pitching matchup, at least in name, not necessarily in results, as Buehler was 1-6 with a 5.38 ERA. Cole was 8-5 with a 3.41 earned run average. So Mookie Betts is hurt. Dodgers are not going to replace him. They're just going to play a man short for the series. That's all. No big deal. They still got four bench players. That should be plenty. The Yankees did call up a new relief pitcher to take Canely's place, and that's Ron Marinaccio. So he will be one of the first ones out of the bullpen for the Yankees. All right, Chuck, good deal. Good to see you. So without Mookie Betts in the leadoff position, kind of juggled the lineup a little bit for the Dodgers. Ohtani will lead off as DH, Lux at second, Freeman at first, Teoscar Hernandez in left, Muncy at third, Kike Hernandez at short, Hayward in right, Barnes catching, and Outman in center field. For the Yankees, Torres at second, Soto in right, Judge in center, Verdugo in left, Stanton the DH, Rizzo at first, Volpe short, Wells catching, and DJ LeMahieu the third baseman. Yankee Stadium singles are 1-3, both left and right. Home runs left are 1-15 and right 1-12. Injury chances, both these pitchers have a good chance to be injured. Walker Buehler 6'8" will check his injuries, and a 6'9" for Garrett Cole will check his injuries. I do have the game up on the computer, Strat computer, to score it as we play it, so we'll be doing that. So Garrett Cole facing Shohei Ohtani. And we're underway. It's a 5-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. We're looking at Torres. He's a 4E19. 4-4, Devil Die strikes again. 4-4 is going to be a base hit. Base hit, and that's a 5. So it's an SI2 with a 5 with a rare play. So it's an SI2 rare play. So I'm going to my homebrew beta version of the rare play chart for SI2. And it says batter hits single, all runners advance 2 bases. If single was to right field, fielder throws behind the runner to catch him rounding wide of first base. All right. Well, the single itself was past second base. So technically it could be to right field, it could be to center field. So I'm not going to read anything into it. I'm just going to leave it as is and just count it as a single and be done with it. So Shohei Ohtani with a leadoff single off of Garrett Cole. That'll bring up Gavin Lux. Ohtani to get the lead. Cole, both these pitchers can be run on. Cole's a +4, Buehler +5. So Ohtani to get the lead needs a 2 through 5, an 11, or a 12. That's an 11, but it's also a 1, which means he might get picked off. His secondary lead or get back number is 15. So 1 to 15, he's safe. 16 or higher, he's going to be picked off. So he gets back, but now he cannot establish a good lead, so he will hold. And here's Gavin Lux. That's a 1-7 for Lux against Cole. That's a 1-7 double. 13's a single, 2 stars, and boy, the Dodgers jumping all over Garrett Cole. First and third, nobody out, and here's Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman. Lux not going to be held, or not going to. He will be held, but he won't go anywhere. Put it that way. Freeman, 2-8 for Freeman. That's a single, 2 stars, and that will give the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. Ohtani scores. Lux will go to third on the 2-star single, and just like that, Dodgers in front 1-0. Garrett Cole has not gotten anybody out yet. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. That's a 1-7, struck him out. Strikeout number 1 for Cole, his first of the season, as this is his first start. Hello, Robert and Tim. I guess you did come in late. I'm playing this one out of turn. What happened was I played the game the other night. I think it was Thursday night maybe. I had played this game already, what I thought was the 7th game for each team, with Paxton against Gill, where Betts got hurt and so did Canely, and forgot to log. I didn't log it into the computer, so the computer was telling me I needed to play the game. But actually, they're going to be playing their 9th game against for the season. So just a little bit out of order, no big deal. I already had it set up, so I'm going to play it. It's going to be game 38, even though it should have been like game 41. But that's what I get for not entering the game in the computer right away. As soon as I'm finished with it, I said to the side, thinking I was going to do it later, and just never did. And that's confusion set in, and that's what happened. So, all right, here's Muncy. It's a 2-5, and that's a ballpark blast. 1-15, that's gone. A 3-run shot for Max Muncy, and Garrett Cole is not having a very good debut. 4-run first inning, although if you watch the game this morning, a 4-run first inning doesn't mean anything. You can lose that, so don't want to get overly excited, I guess. Here's Kike Hernandez, and let me give a kudos. I just noticed this. Let me give a kudos to. I want to give a kudos to Play.com for their set that they put out, the 2025 in-season set that they put out. Let me see where it is. I'll bring it up here for you, and I'll show it on my phone to you guys. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'll take a picture of it once I see it, what I'm looking for. Where did they go? Okay, right here. Okay, there we go. Got it right here. Okay. I will take a quick picture of this. There it is. Okay. Let me see how it looks on the computer on the stream. I don't know how it's going to come across. The glare might be a little bit rough. Let me turn this ring light off. Okay. You see who they have here, who I have right here on the screen. Do you see the first name? It doesn't say Enrique Hernandez like the other schlubs do. It's got his regular name on there. They had the balls to put Kike on there. It's about freaking time somebody did that. Stratomatic, inside pitch, payoff pitch, replay, any other game out there. The man's damn name is Kike Hernandez. Put it on the damn card. I'm sick of seeing this Enrique shit. Enrique. Who the hell is Enrique? No, it's Kike. Would you want Chipper Jones's card to be Larry Jones? I don't think so. But kudos to Play.com. They finally had the balls to do it. But I think it was a player. I don't think it was Keith. I think it was somebody that made the cards for Keith. One of their gurus there that did that. And thank goodness they had the guts to put him on there. It's about frickin' time. Get the guy's real name. So anyway, all right, that's enough of that side rant. Let's get back to business. I can get this thing in line here. Here we go. So anyway, here is Kike Hernandez, not Enrique. All right. If you're going to call him Enrique Hernandez, then you need to go back and fix all the Chipper Jones cards and call him Larry Jones. It's one and the same. It's the exact same thing. 5-8, and that is a fly ball to right field, 2 down. And here's Jason Hayward. It is not a Jewish slur, Robert, because you have the accent mark. You put the freaking punctuation mark in there. Is it that hard to put a punctuation mark in there? I mean, he didn't change his name to stop offending anybody. Put the damn thing in there. Put the tilde or whatever the hell they call it in there to give him his real name. People know they're not trying to offend somebody that's Jewish by putting Kike out there. That's just ridiculous. 2-6 ground ball to first. That's the end of the inning. As Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that. But it's about damn time somebody did. Somebody used his real name. Because if you would listen to the broadcast, you're not going to hear anybody call him Enrique Hernandez. You're going to call him here. You're going to hear him call him Kike. So here's Gleyber Torres against Walker Buehler. 110. That's a single. Bring up Juan Soto down 4-0. They're not going to run. You know what? I get offended by crap every day. I don't give a crap about people being offended anymore. My offensive gene has just gone away. It's just people get offended by too much crap these days, and I'm sick of it. 3-10, ground ball second. That's going to be a double play. 4-6-3. I get offended every day by seeing crap all over the place, and nobody cares if they offend me or not. And I don't care. You got to have thicker skin than that. So. Pena or Peñas in 1987. I'm not doing 1987 National League, Tim. But I could pull the card and find out. I doubt they put the N on there. I mean the tilde on there, but that's a difference between a tilde and an accent mark. What Kike Hernandez has is an accent mark. What Pena has is a tilde over the N. That's totally different things. But I see where you're going. I don't think they put it on his card because they're Strat, 1-9 is a strikeout. And we know Strat sucks as a company. Great game, but they just suck as a company. So, 4-0. Robert, I've been called so many names, I quit counting, and it just doesn't bother me. I could care less what somebody thinks. When you hit 60 years old, you stop giving a crap what people think. Your give a damn is busted, as that country song. There was a country song came out back in the 90s, I think, called My Give a Damn's Busted, and my give a damn definitely busted. So here's Austin Barnes, 2-6, and that is a ground ball to second. Here's James Outman, 3-8, and that's a strikeout. I'm already discombobulated because I'm playing these things out at turn. It should have been San Diego, Pittsburgh in this game and not this game. But, oh well, what are you going to do? That's a good one too, Kim. I never heard of it, but it sounds good to me. Let's see, 6-4. That's a ballpark single check. 1-3, and that's definitely out of range. So that'll be a fly to center. Innings over. Now I've gotten to the point if someone's not paying my bills, then their input to me is marginal at best as to what I care what they think. If you pay my bills, then I care what you think. That's back when I had a boss. When I had a boss, I cared what he thought because they helped pay my bills. All right, here's Verdugo. 6-9. That's a ballpark home run chance. It's 1-15. That's gone. Verdugo cracks a home run courtesy of Yankee Stadium to cut the lead to 4-1. I really didn't intend to come up and do any ranting, but I saw that. It triggered something. I was triggered. You know how the snowflakes these days get triggered by the slightest things. So I shouldn't be triggered like that. 1-5 is a 110 single, but that's going to be a ground ball to first. And I rewatched one of ID Jester's Stratomatic rants yesterday, and that kind of got me rolling as well. So I agreed with 99% of what he said. So he was not wrong. 110, and that's a single. Especially with their computer game. I mean, I'm telling you, that's just absolutely ridiculous what their computer game does. Here's Volpe, or what it doesn't do. Let me put it that way. 2-4, ground ball, second base, C. That's 2 down. And the fact that you have to buy the game to get the new season. You can't just buy the season. You have to buy the whole brand new game. But that's, I got to get off this rant and get back to playing. Out of my element here. 6-6. That's a 1-6 triple. 15's a double. Double, no stars. That means Rizzo, but Rizzo only runs at a 9. There are 2 outs, makes him a 10. He was not being held, makes him a 12. The double is assumed to go to center, and that is Outman. He's a -1, makes it an 11. 1-11, Rizzo can score. It's a 55% chance. That's better than the odds of Mayhew getting a base hit, so they'll send him. And he's out at the plate. So it's going to go 8-6-2 to end the inning. Run does score. And at the end of 2, it's Dodgers 4 and Yankees 2. And Tim, I'm assuming he has enough innings pitched to win the ERA title. I'm assuming he qualifies. Is that correct? Here's Gavin Lux. 1-9. That's a ground ball to short. 1 away. Listen to me, I got on a rant and forgot to start scoring the game to computer like I intended to do. Oh well, I'll do it after the game. No big deal. Here is Freddie Freeman. 5-7. And that is a ground ball second base X. That'll be Torres 4E19. 4-14. 4-14. G2. But that's an 18. Boy, 666s. Talk about the devil right there. 666s for Gleyber Torres. He's an E19, but an 18 is probably a 2-base error or something. And it is right here. 18 is a 2-base error on Torres. You kind of had to figure the 666s was going to be his undoing there. So it's E4, 2-base error on Torres, courtesy of the 666s. That'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez. 1-3, and that's a fly to left, 2 down. And here's Max Muncy. 5-10, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Volpe. He's a 1, so we know he's going to get to it. E16. E16 and a 6 shouldn't be a problem. E16, there's no 6 there, so Volpe will get to it, and Cole pitches around the error on Gleyber Torres. So we go to the bottom of the third, still 4-1. Yeah, that dude is amazing. I haven't watched much of the 2025 season, but I did watch the All-Star game. Skubal looked okay, but Skeens looked really, I mean, he was really impressive. I don't know what the attendance factor is at Pirate games, but I imagine when Paul Skeens pitches, their attendance probably goes up by 20%. There's got to be attendance figures to back that up, but he's the kind of guy you want to go see pitch. 2-7, and that's a ground ball to second. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe somebody do a Skeens pitcher replay next year. Here's Torres, 4-4, and that's ground ball third base X. That'll be third baseman Muncy, 4E14. 4-20, he'll get to it. E14 and a 9 shouldn't be a problem. It is not. Muncy is able to throw out Torres for 2 down. For Juan Soto. 6-12, and Buehler's injury is 6-8. So 6-12 is a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 3E19 for Buehler. 3-11, he'll get to it. E19, and that is an 11 there as well. So E19, there's a 12, but no 11. So Buehler was able to make the play to end the inning. So 3 innings are in the books. 4-1 Dodgers. Tomorrow morning will be ID. Speaking of ID Jester, his favorite pitcher will be going tomorrow morning in the 1987 replay as the Kansas City Royals and Mark Gubaza will be taking on Texas and Jose Guzman. That's tomorrow morning around 9 o'clock. And I don't like to deface strat cards, but I'm seriously thinking about putting a little piece of tape here and writing Kike in, because it just annoys me to see that. All right, 4-6. Garrett Cole, 4-6. 1-8's a single. That is a base hit. You know what? I may do it anyway. What the hell? They're just cards. Not worth anything. Sheet paper that Strat uses. You think they're worth anything? Hell no. And there is the oversized tilde. Oversized tilde. Almost looks like the thing they throw on the courts at the WNBA games, but that's not what it is. It's an oversized tilde. And Kike gets himself a base hit. That's pretty cool, Tim. I didn't know that. I remember Jason Grilli. I do remember Jason Grilli. His father, Steve Grilli, pitched for the Tigers back in the 70s when Mark Fidrich was pitching. But I do remember Jason Grilli. Jason Grilli actually had a few good years. Here's Hayward. That's a 2-7 for Hayward. Ground ball second base. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. 2 quick outs. And that's going to bring up Austin Barnes. 6-5. That's an in-home run chance. He's got weak power though, so the 18. But it's going to be to his benefit because the 18 makes it a triple for Austin Barnes. He had 1 triple on the season, so I'll allow it. I will not tone it down to a double. I'll keep it a triple. So a 2-out triple, and that's going to bring up James Outman. 3-11 for Outman. Ground ball first base C. That's a 3-1 put out to end the inning. So Cole pitches around the triple. As Rizzo gets to that ground ball, flips to Cole for the out. Walker Buehler is up. He'll be facing Aaron Judge. 6-7, and that's a walk. That's the first walk, I believe, of the game. Neither pitcher had issued a walk until this point. That's unusual. Judge, if he gets a 3, he can steal. He does not, so he will hold. Brings up Verdugo. 4-7, and that's a single left field. That'll put runners at first and second with nobody out. And Giancarlo Stanton, designated hitter, steps to the plate. That's a 6-5, and that is an in-home run chance right off Buehler's card. He's got normal power. It's gone, and we are tied at 4 apiece. A 3-run home run from Giancarlo Stanton. And we are tied at 4 apiece. Look at it again. 6-5 is a direct in-home run chance on Walker Buehler's card. And he has normal power. Does Stanton, obviously, with his 27 home runs. So we're tied. And here's Rizzo. 3-5, and that's a ground ball to short for Kike, 1 away. For Anthony Volpe, speaking of shortstops. 5-11, that's ground ball first base X. That is Freeman. He's a 2E5. 220, he'll get to that. E5 and an 8. E5, there is no 8, so Freeman will get to it and flip to Buehler for out number 2, and that's going to bring up Austin Wells. 5-7 for Wells. That's ground ball second base X. We're looking at Lux. He's a 3E12. 3 and a 10, he'll get to that. It's a 10 there. Usually there's no errors on 10s. And that's the case here as well. 3 and a 10 was actually a G2, but it was the third out, so that's all that matters anyway. Nobody was on base, didn't matter. But what did matter was Giancarlo Stanton's 3-run homer, and at the end of 4, we're tied at 4. Brand new ball game. So here's Garrett Cole back out. New life for him after a rough first inning. And here's Shohei Ohtani. 110 for Ohtani. It's a ballpark blast. That tie might not last long. 1-15. It's gone. Shohei Ohtani goes deep, courtesy of Yankee Stadium, and the Dodgers reclaim the lead just that quickly, 5-4. 110 is a ballpark blast. 1-15 in Yankee Stadium. So Dodgers grab a 5-4 lead. Here's Gavin Lux, 2-11. 1-5 is a single. The double dies a 2, so it's a base hit. And now the Yankee bullpen is active, and the guy they brought up to replace the injured Tommy Kahnle is Ron Marinaccio, and he is in the bullpen loosening in back of Garrett Cole. In case Cole, let's see how long they want to go with Cole. Here's Freddie Freeman. It's a 5-7, and that is a ground ball second base X. We're looking at Torres, a 4E19. 4, and a double die comes up again, a 2. 4 and a 2 is going to be a single 2 stars. That's a 9, and he is an E19. There is no 9, but it's a single 2 stars, putting runners on the corners with still nobody out. And Teoscar Hernandez, the batter. Infield looking for the double play. 3-5, that's a walk. It's going to load the bases, and that's going to be it for Garrett Cole. They can go no longer with Garrett Cole. He will leave, and Ron Marinaccio will be coming on. Marinaccio. Sounds almost like the guy that played in Karate Kid. Anyway, he is on. He's got a +9 hole, so he's horrible as well. Cole goes 4+ innings. And he's going to, well, we can't do the runs because there's still base runners on base he's responsible for. Do hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. Walked 1, struck out only 2. So obviously a rough outing. Now Marinaccio has to come in with the bases loaded and nobody out to face Max Muncy. Infield is playing for the double play. They're back for the double play. 3-11, and that's a ground ball second base B. Good thing they were back because that's a plus sign. That would have turned into a single 2 stars. But with them playing back, they do get at least 1 out on a 4-6 fielder's choice. The run does score, but they at least record an out. Freeman does go to third, so now I got runners on the corners. with only one out for Kike Hernandez. I got to see if I can fix that a little bit better. I made that line way too long, that accent mark way too big. Way too big. There we go. That looks better. All right, so Kike Hernandez is up. 3-2, and that is a ballpark blast. 1-12, but that's a 16, but it's big enough for a sacrifice fly to left field. And that will score Freeman. Now we can close the book on Cole because he has now given up a total of 7 runs in those 4+ innings, and all of them are earned. So obviously a rough time of it for Garrett Cole. 2 outs now. Runner at first in Muncy. And here is Jason Hayward. 1-3 for Hayward. Ground ball to second. That will end the inning. But 3 runs come in. The 3 the Yankees got, the Dodgers answer with 3 of their own. And now we go to the bottom of the 5th. Dodgers lead at 7-4. This is Buehler's fatigue inning coming up right here, the 5th inning. So we'll keep an eye on Buehler. 1-9 is a fly to left. That's 1 away. Here's Gleyber Torres. 1-4. That's a ground ball to short. 2 down. And here is Juan Soto. 3-8 for Soto is a fly to center. So Walker Buehler keeps full endurance as he shuts down the Yankees in the 5th. We go to the 6th. Marinaccio back out for his 2nd inning of work. He has a fatigue of 2. Here is Austin Barnes. 1-7 is a fly to left field, 1 away. James Outman, center fielder. 2-9, he's going to strike out. And that brings up Shohei Ohtani. 2-5, and he strikes out. So Marinaccio going along in style here. He's going to pitch another inning. Try to eat some innings for him. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Buehler facing Judge. Hello, ID. Your ears must have been ringing. You missed it. I had a rant earlier on. You missed it. I had a Kike Hernandez rant, and you missed it. Oh, well. Maybe catch it on the replay. But tomorrow morning, your favorite pitcher, Mark Gubaza, will be pitching in the 1987 replay. But in case you missed it, ID, I actually took his card and made him Kike Hernandez. They put him as Enrique Hernandez, but everybody calls him Kike Hernandez, so doggone it, I made him Kike Hernandez. And the only reason I brought that up is because Play.com, with their free set that they gave out, the 2025 in-season set, partial set, whatever you want to call it, they're the only game company I've ever seen that actually uses Kike Hernandez instead of Enrique. So I was giving them props and then digging the hell out of all the other games for not doing it. So anyway, it was a kind of a rant, I guess you want to call it that. All right, here is Aaron Judge. He will lead off the bottom of the 6th. 2-7 struck him out. That'll bring up Verdugo. 4-7, and that's a single for Verdugo. That'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton. He had that big 3-run homer in the 4th, but then the Dodgers got 3 of their own the next inning and kind of took care of that. Nothing on the havoc. Here's Stanton. 6-9. 6-8 is his injury check, but 6-9 is okay, but it might not be okay. It's a ballpark blast again. 1-12, and Giancarlo Stanton has done it again. A 2-run shot for Giancarlo Stanton. He's got 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in, trying to keep the Yankees in the game single-handedly. Look at it again. 6-9 is a ballpark blast. It's 1-12. That's a 6, and you know he has normal power. So it is now a 7-6 ball game actually now. 7-6, and Buehler's going to need some relief. He's now tired, and the Dodgers will have to scurry for their bullpen and see who's coming up and who they're going to use. They will get ready in the bullpen, Joe Kelly. He's going to hurry and get ready as fast as he can. Buehler to Rizzo. 5-8, left-handed, is a ground ball to second. That's 2 down. They're going to see if they can get Buehler through the inning despite being fatigued. If they can avoid the dots on his card, they'll be all right. Here's Volpe. 6-3, and that's a ballpark blast for Volpe. 1-12, but that's an 18, so just a deep fly to left to end the inning. But after 6 innings of play here in Yankee Stadium, it is the Dodgers 7 and the Yankees 6. And that will do it for Walker Buehler. Joe Kelly will come on and pitch the bottom of the 7th for the Dodgers. Marinaccio is going to stay out there for the Yankees to start the top of the 7th. Get the numbers on Buehler. He went 6 innings, gave up 6 runs. They were all earned, yet he can still get the win. Go figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. He walked just the one. Aaron Judge was his only walk, and he struck out just 2. Struck out Judge twice. The only 2 strikeouts were Judge. All right, so Marinaccio facing, hey Doug, Marinaccio facing Gavin Lux, top of the 7th. 7-6 Dodgers over the Yankees so far. 4-8, and that's going to be a leadoff walk to Gavin Lux. And now the Yankee bullpen is starting to stir down there. Left-hander Caleb Ferguson is loosing in the bullpen. And they will bring him on to face Freddie Freeman. So that'll be it for Marinaccio. They're kind of pushing him to get further than what he got. So he's going to go 2+, and he's going to give up 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. No hits. This 1 run is his responsibility. So Freddie Freeman is up lefty on lefty against Caleb Ferguson. Hello, Midlife. Good to see you. Whoa, what happened to the white die? It got hung up there, so I'm going to re-roll it again. That's a 1-9, lefty on lefty, and that's a 1-2 triple. And look at that, the double die is a 2. Freddie Freeman had 2 triples in real world, and he gets one right here. And that's going to bring home Lux. That run is charged to Marinaccio. It is now 8-6. And Teoscar Hernandez is your batter. Ferguson has to face 3 batters. That is the rule in 2024. So he will face Teoscar Hernandez with the infield in. That's a 4-7 right-handed, and that's a single 2 stars, and that will score another run. This one charged to Ferguson. Ferguson is a -4 hold. So it makes him a -5. Hernandez needs a 6 to get the lead. And he gets the 6. 18 being held to 16, -5's an 11. 1-11. And he got caught stealing, got greedy. But they're playing with house money. So they now lead it by the score of 9-6. And that'll bring up Max Muncy. 1 out. 2 are already in. 1-8, and that's a strikeout plus injury, so Muncy has a chance to be injured. We'll go to the injury chart. Injury chart for Muncy. And see what we get. It's a 17. Boy, that's up to 8 here. There's an 8 with the asterisk. How many at-bats did Muncy have? He had less than 300. So he's going to be out for 3 games because this is 1/3 of the season. So Muncy will miss 3 games. This one plus 3 more. So Muncy injured 3 more games. And the Dodgers will need a new third baseman. So looking at their bench, looks like they could go to Chris Taylor. He's a viable candidate, I should say. 4E6 for Chris Taylor. So Taylor come in and play third base in the 7th inning in place of Muncy. So Muncy will miss a few games. And now we will have to make a move because they already have Mookie Betts who's going to miss the next game in this series, so they don't want to be 2 guys short. So we'll bring up at least 1 guy to replace Muncy. All right, here's Kike Hernandez. 4-5, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. 2 runs come in for the Dodgers, and they lead it. And that's going to be it for Ferguson. He's going to go 1 inning. And he gives up 2 hits and a run. No walks, 2 strikeouts. And the Yankees will be facing the new pitcher for the Dodgers, Joe Kelly. Kelly is a -4 hold, so he's a -1 overall. It is 9-6, the score. You're in the bottom of the 7th. Austin Wells, the batter. Pinch hitting is now available for the Yankees if they choose to. LeMahieu might be pinch hit for. We'll have to wait and see. 4-5. Left-handed is a strikeout for Joe Kelly. 1 away. Let's see. LeMahieu hit .204, and he's 0 for 2. But do they have anybody on the bench that's even worthwhile? They got Cabrera. He's John Birdie hits .273, so they're going to bring in John Birdie. Even though he's right-handed, he hits .273. So John Birdie will pinch hit in the 7th and play third base in the 8th in place of LeMahieu. John Birdie. That's a 5-7, and that's a 1-3 single. That's a 12. It'll be a ground ball to third. 2 down. For the top of the order, and Gleyber Torres. 4-6, and that is a strikeout for Kelly. And Kelly is a 1-inning guy, so he goes his 1 inning, doesn't give up anything, strikes out 2. And we go to the 8th. New pitchers will be needed for both teams. Coming in for the Yankees will be Ian Hamilton, a right-hander. Not sure who's going to come in for the Dodgers yet. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Hamilton's a 0 hold, which makes him a -1. Due up for the Dodgers, Jason Hayward, Austin Barnes, and Outman. 1-7 for Hayward, fly to center. 1 away. Here is Austin Barnes. 5-6, and that's a strikeout. 2 down for Outman. Terrible year for Outman. He hit .147. They still gave him 136 at bats. Somebody must have thought he was going to do something eventually. 6-7, and that is a base on balls. How about that? He draws the 2-out walk. Will not be held. And here's Shohei Ohtani, who is homered and singled. 2 for 4. That's a 2. Chance of a balk or pass ball. We're looking at pass ball on Wells. He's a 2. So no pass ball. Hello, Sean. 6-6 lefty against here is another walk. So back-to-back walks by Hamilton after he struck out Barnes for the 2nd out of the inning. He now is running into trouble with 2 consecutive walks, and now Gavin Lux is your batter, looking for some insurance run. That's another 2. And we're again looking at a pass ball, which is a 2. But again, Wells blocks it. 2-8, and that is a fly to center to end the inning. So Hamilton, an adventurous inning, but he gets through it. All these guys in 2024 are basically 1-inning pitchers, so that's how we're going to treat them. Let's see, 2 walks and a strikeout. No hits, no runs. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher for the Dodgers. And we'll see who they want to go to. They will go to Michael Grove. He's also a 1-inning pitcher. Also, sometimes He was a what do you call it, opener for the Dodgers. It's the heart of the order for the Yankees. This is where they need to make hay. Soto, Judge, and Verdugo. Soto 4-7 struck him out. Bring up Judge. It's a 1-4, and that's a solid home run there. No question about that for Judge. 1-4 and 1-5 are both solid home runs. Solo shot for the Yankees. Unfortunately, if you're a Yankees fan, it's only a solo shot, but it does cut the lead to 9-7. So it gives your team a little bit more hope. Here's Verdugo, and Verdugo is 3 for 3. 110 is going to strike out here. Is no longer 3 for 3. But here's Stanton. He's already hit 2 home runs in this game. Home runs have been flying out of Yankee Stadium. 4 Yankee home runs and 2 Dodger home runs. 6 home runs in this game in 8 innings. Here's Stanton, 5-6, and that is a single to center field for Stanton. Stanton 3 for 4 with the base hit. And that'll bring up Rizzo. 1 chance of a wild pitch. His wild pitch rating is an 8. And Grove will not throw the wild pitch. Here's Rizzo. 4-2, and that is a split chance. 1-6 for a single. Double dies a 7. So it's ground ball to second to end the inning. So that's going to do it for Grove. He's going to go 1 inning. He will give up 2 hits and a run. No walks, 2 strikeouts. So we go to the top of the 9th. It is 9-8, or I'm sorry, 9-7. Freeman, Hernandez, and Chris Taylor taking over for the injured Muncy. So it's lefty and 2 righties. So you would assume they would go to another right-hander out of the bullpen, and they will. They will go to Luke Weaver. Luke, I am your father, Weaver. Or Luke Dreamweaver, whatever you call him. -5 on the hold. He'll be facing Freddie Freeman. Hello, World's Worst. 5-12. Left-handed. Ground ball first base X. That's Rizzo. He's a 3E5. 3-17. He'll get to that. E5 shouldn't be a problem there with the 7, I would think. It is not. So it's a 3-1 put out as Rizzo flips to Weaver. 1 away for Teoscar Hernandez. 4-7, and that's a fly to right, 2 down. For Chris Taylor. This is his first at bat since coming in for the injured Muncy. It's a 3-8, and he's going to ground it to short to end the inning. So Weaver pitches a 1-2-3, 9th inning. He can go 2 innings, so we won't fill him in yet just in case the Yankees send the game the extra innings. He would come back for the 10th, but that's a big if. For the Dodgers, they will turn to their closer, Evan Phillips. He will come in and pitch the 9th inning. Phillips 5-1 with 18 saves in the 2024 season. So Evan Phillips. He'll be facing Rizzo, Volpe, and Wells. Rizzo, Volpe, and Wells. 6'8", left-handed. Let's make sure that's not an injury check for Phillips, first of all. For the Dodgers, Phillips. No, he's 6'12", so he's good to go. 6'8" is going to be a double, though, for Rizzo. Leadoff double. And that brings a tying run to the plate in Anthony Volpe. Phillips to Volpe. It's a 1-11. That's a ground ball first base C. That'll get the runner to third base, but now there's 1 away. I'm sorry, I should have been what am I doing here? I got the wrong cards. I didn't move Rizzo like I should have. So we're going to redo that whole inning because that was bogus. So false start is the they say in football, 5-yard penalty, false start. Replay the down. Replay the inning. Rizzo made the last out. Has forgot to move his card, so it should have been Volpe, but I don't remember what the roll was, so I got to re-roll everything. So Phillips will be facing Volpe. Little snafu there, 1-5, and Volpe a single and a 1-2, but instead he lines to short. That's one away, and here's Austin Wells. 4-8, left-handed. That's a 1-5 single. That's a 7 though, so it's a grounder to first. 2 down, and here's LeMahieu. I'm sorry, Birdie rather. He came in and pinch hit for LeMahieu last time. Grounded to third, so you get another chance. That's a 5-11. That's a strikeout to end the ball game. Andrew Phillips pitches a 1-2-3 ninth to earn the save. Finish Weaver now. He goes 1 inning, gave up nothing. So there's your final score. Dodgers 9 runs. They do it on 11 hits. And let's see. I don't think there were any errors in the game. There was 1 error in the game because I remember it right here. That was on the Yankees. No errors on the Dodgers, though. Yankees, 7 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. So the poor Yankees dropped to 3-6. The Dodgers improved to 7-2. Like I said, they've played 9 games now. The other teams, most of the other teams only played 7. This was a little bit out of order. So it'll be a while before we see the third game of the series because we got other games to get to. But the Yankees fall to the Dodgers. The game 39 tomorrow night. If I can find my score sheet that I had a second ago. There it is. Right here. Come over here. Get over here. There you go. Mistakenly wrote it down. It was supposed to be game 38, so I'm going to change it to game 39 because, like I said, it got played out of order. It will be the Padres and the Pirates from Pittsburgh. Padres and Pirates from Pittsburgh. Waldron against Perez. So that'll be game tomorrow night. I need to put in both of these Yankee games, the one from the previous game and this one, so I can get them all caught up on the computer, and we'll get them all squared away. Tomorrow morning around 9 o'clock, it'll be the 1987 American League replay, again in Stratomatic, and it will be Kansas City at Texas. Mark Gubaza against Jose Mother Guzman of Texas. So that'll be the matchup there. So didn't mean to go off on a little rant tangent there. At one point, just something crossed my path that got me thinking. And thinking turned it into ranting. So it happens. All I can say is it happens. Go down that path and it happens. So despite all that, I hope you enjoyed that presentation of Stratomatic Demolition League. And like I said, tomorrow, 9 a.m. roughly, will be the Kansas City, Texas game. And tomorrow, 9 p.m. roughly, will be the Yankees. I'm sorry, not the Yankees. It'll be the Pirates and the Padres. At least I think that's who it'll be. I got to make sure that I don't get them out. They may be out of order too. So before I even start to find out, I'm going to have to do some research. So it may or may not be that game. I don't know. It's going to be some game tomorrow night. If it's not that one, it'll be something. So anyway, do appreciate all you guys partaking in the replay with me, whether it be the 87 replay or the Demolition League replay or both. But here, Dodgers win a wild one, 9-7. You'd almost give the player of the game to Stanton with his 2 home runs, but they're a losing cause. So for the Dodgers, boy, you give to Freddie Freeman. He had a triple and 2 singles. Was right in the middle of pretty much every rally they had. So I'm going to give the player of the game to Freddie Freeman. He was 3 for 5. 2 singles, a triple, 3 runs scored. And at least 1 run batted in. Actually, 2 runs batted in. So did quite well for himself. So again, Hope you're all having a great evening. I know it's getting close to bedtime for some of us. Even though I'm retired, I still go to sleep at what I think is a decent hour, or try to go to bed by 11 if I can, so it doesn't throw my sleep schedule off. So anyway, hope you all are having a great evening wherever you are. Hope you are enjoying the hobby, whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. Until next time, we'll see you all down the road.